If you followed along from our last video, we were headed from Alabama Hills down south toward the International Harvester Western Regionals event. Every year, a group called Scouts West hosts one of the biggest international harvester meetups in Southern California. It brings together enthusiasts for a weekend of camping, trail runs, good food, a car show, and a huge raffle. I linked their event in the description below. By the time we rolled into the Barstow area, we had been on the road for several days and had covered about 600 miles. The Scout and trailer were wearing every bit of it. Desert, dust, bugs, road grime, all of it. So before heading into camp, we made a stop at Little Sister's Truck Wash. And pulling in there, surrounded by full-size semis and working trucks, we realized we stood out. I'm pretty sure we were the smallest trailer and truck combo they saw all day. After the wash, it was only a short drive to camp, just south of Calico Ghost Town. And I'm sure a lot of you understand the feeling of that first shower after several days on the road. Friday started with a historic Barstow drive. Line of classic trucks going down the old Route 66 looked like an impromptu parade. We then went to the California Highway Patrol office and got a behind-the-scenes tour and a chance to hear more about the area from the people who work it every day. From there, we headed out to the historic /X Ranch for lunch and another tour. The restaurant was covered in old Baja and desert racing memorabilia, and they served a pretty legit burger. It's one of those places that feels like it belongs exactly where it is, out in the desert and surrounded by off-road history. After lunch, we headed back to camp, and things slowed down for the rest of the day. We spent time walking through campsites, checking out rigs, and catching up with people. Every few steps turned into a new conversation. Different builds, different stories, no politics, just people connected by the same old trucks. Every year, the Friday event is a hosted game where teams from each Scouts West chapter go head-to-head for bragging rights. This year's game was a tire-changing competition. After the game, they lit the fire pit, and everyone settled in for a social hour that goes longer than planned. Saturday was the main event. The morning started with trail runs, headed out in every direction from easy scenic routes to more technical challenges. Attendees had their choice of at least 8 different trails, depending on what they wanted and how hard they wanted to push their vehicle. My wife and I chose the petroglyph run. It was on the easier side, but still a great way to get out in the desert and put the Scout where it belongs. And because we drive hundreds of miles to these events instead of trailering it, I wasn't looking to prove anything by breaking the same truck I needed to get us home. The trail runs stretched from early morning into the afternoon, and honestly, it was exactly what I wanted from the trip. Open desert, old iron, a little dust, and enough trail time to remind you why these trucks are still so much fun. And the petroglyphs are pretty cool too. From the trail, we rolled straight into the car show. No time to clean it up, no detailing, no quick wipe down, just straight from the dirt into the lineup. And looking around, we were parked next to some incredibly clean and polished rigs. The kind of Scouts where every detail looked intentional. So I figured we were just there to be part of the show, nothing more. But apparently the trail dirt gave us a little credibility, because when the awards were announced, I heard my name called for first place in my category. And I'll be honest, I did not see that coming. There were serious impressive builds out there, and I would have understood if any one of them would have taken it. But after getting the award, when driving the Scout all the way down, camping out of it, running the trail, and rolling straight into the show covered in dust, it felt pretty special. After the show, the group got a surprise visit from representatives of Scout Motors. They were there talking about bringing the Scout name back with their new electric and gas range extended options. They took questions from the crowd, and I thought that was pretty brave for an EV company to do in front of an old vintage truck crowd. It's pretty cool seeing the future of Scout show up at an event built around the classic trucks. The new models will be the first Scouts in over 40 years, and I'm still holding out hope we get to see a demo unit in person sometime in the future. The night wrapped up with a raffle and a lot of prizes, and even more stories around the fire. And yeah, this is where the camera stayed off for a while, because some moments are better lived than recorded. Sunday came quick. We packed up and said our goodbyes and started thinking about the next one. Hopefully we see a lot of the same faces again at Northern California's Sierra Fall Rally later this year. Big thanks to Scouts West for putting on another great Western Regionals. It gave us a reason to put a few more miles and a little more dirt on the Scout. Our next videos will be reviewing some Northern California camping locations you may never have heard of. So subscribe and stay tuned.